Hi everyone, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you do not know who I am, hi, I'm Alison and I am a 5-year professional English educator right here in Malaysia. And before I share to all of you what I'll be teaching today, I would like everyone to know that, because right now it is currently December and there are five to six more days until January comes, and all of you are having your SPM on February 22nd. Hence, I'll be having a SPM English training class, and you'll be receiving these four materials if you join the classes. So if you're interested in joining, feel free to follow me on my Instagram, or if you have my number, you have my contact, feel free to drop me a message to learn how you could join. So mainly for this SPM English training, I'll be going through three things because SPM is right around the corner, and the final best thing I can do for you is to help you revise thoroughly for your essay, for your literature, and for your examination. So in this final training class, I'll be mainly covering data writing, factual story writing, and because I'm based in KL, hence the poem I'll be teaching is Living Photograph. Form 4 and Form 5, I'll be teaching all of the poems, and for the novel, I'll be mainly teaching Dear Mr. Kilmer. And the final thing is to help you, get a feeling of SPM, giving you the experience of going for the SPM examination. Hence, I'll be giving you a full SPM exam training set during my SPM training classes. So if you're interested to join, feel free to click in the link in my bio to find out how you can join this class. All right, so uh, without further ado, today the video that I'm filming is how I'm going to teach you how to really ace and understand the entire SPM poem, A Poisoned Tree. All right, so the way I teach my students is based on a comic because there are many words. For Form 4, Form 5, there are in total 4 poems, and you have literature, you have novel to study still. For my students and for me myself, one way that I found really helpful to help my students is via drawing a comic. So I did not get A plus for my art subject. So it may not be a perfect drawing, but it will be definitely the perfect drawing to help you ace your A plus in your SPM. So basically for this Poison Tree, the poem is mainly about two people only, the persona and the persona's enemy. So as you see here, I've drawn a triangle because the reason why his face looks like a triangle because he's evil. So as you can see, he is very pissed off. He's putting his hands beside his on his hips, and he was super duper angry and pissed off. The reason why he's so angry was because he was angry at his foe. So if the word foe is a bit hard for you to memorize the meaning, just remember FOE. E stands for enemy. E stands for enemy. So this persona was angry at his foe, and because he failed to communicate with his foe, he was so angry every single day. He turn his entire anger into a little plant. And in order for a plant to grow, you need to water it with a lot of water, isn't it? But he watered it with his anger, with his tears of anger. So as you could see here, because this persona failed to express his anger towards his foe, he let his anger grew and grew and grew bigger into a beautiful big tree. So at first it was just a little plant, but because he was showering it and it was watering it with his tears of anger, he let his wrath grow and grow bigger. So if you can't remember the meaning of wrath, you can memorize the A word. The A stands for anger. E stands for enemy. A stands for anger, which is implying the little tree there. So he was really angry and watered the plant in anger every single day. And day after day, the plant became a tree, and the tree finally bare its fruit. And the fruit was a very beautiful, vibrant, red, but poisonous apple. So one day, the foe, remember, FOE, E stands for enemy. One day when the foe saw the apple, his desire was really strong, and he wanted to eat and steal that apple. So as you can see here, the foe I written there in Chinese is called 小人. 小人 are usually people who are a little bit they don't really have a good intention in lives. So basically the foe saw the red apple and he wanted to steal it. So he went to steal the apple during at night, because in the poem there's this phrase and sentence called, as you could see here, I've drawn here, night veil the pole. Veil meaning cover, pole meaning the earth. So if I were to translate it into simple terms, it is called night cover the earth. So basically the foe went to steal the apple at nighttime, and once he eaten the apple, it is very obvious that his outcome was that he died, because the apple was poisonous. So in the poem, there's this word called beheld, and if you want the poem notes, you can watch till the end of this video and find out how you can get the free PDF note. So the word beheld basically means the foe saw the apple, and then he entered the garden like a thief and stole and ate the apple, and at the end he actually he actually died. He was lying beneath the tree, and it signified its death because the apple was poisonous. So in the poem, there's this word called outstretch. Outstretch meaning he was lying there and dying. So it was a very truly saddening outcome, and this is what happens when you don't deal with your anger properly. So as you can see here, the persona was extremely glad and relieved that his enemy, his foe, was lying there and that he had died. So this is the entire explanation for the entire Poison Tree poem. So I hope you understand the whole thing. And I would say that the theme and the moral value of this entire poem is that the first thing, the reason why the foe died was because, the persona was so angry and he did not deal with his anger properly. Hence, the theme is consequences of anger. And the second thing, even though the apple was vibrant, it was red, however, it was very, very poisonous. So that basically signified insincerity and deceitfulness. So as the whole, a moral value is we should be sincere even with your foes. We should be sincere even with your enemies, because we should not allow anger to control our lives. So this is the theme, this is a moral value, and the entire explanation for the Poison Tree poem. So moving on, before we end the entire video, I'm going to show you a few little KBAT notes. So what is the best thing to do when you are angry? Take a deep breath, do some meditation, go for yoga to release your anger in a proper kind of way. The second thing, anger management is very important. Why? Because you will not make any impulsive meaning you make a decision without thinking clearly, and at the same time you have many friends because all of your friends think that you're a very nice person. All right. The third thing, how do you solve a conflict? Tell your foe. Like, this persona, the one thing that he didn't do is he didn't tell his foe that how he really felt. So the first thing you could do is tell your enemy how you really felt and learn to forgive and forget the argument. All right. And the final two KBAT questions. If you were in a similar situation, what would you have done? As usual, the answer that we answered previously, tell him how you really felt and learn to forgive and forget. Okay? And the fifth question, which is also like a very famous question that always comes out in the poem part during SPM, is it right for the persona to treat his enemy in such a way? Well, it's not, because the enemy actually died and you shouldn't kill people just because you're angry. So learn, as usual, to forgive and forget. So the answer would be, I will forgive him and forget the matter. So if you want the entire note, feel free to, stay till the end of this video and see how you could get the PDF note. So that's a basic wrap up for the entire video. I've taught you how to understand the entire poem. I've taught you the moral value and the moral value and the entire KBAT notes, KBAT questions. So if you would like to have the notes so you could revise better, the only thing you have to do is, first of all, please subscribe to this channel. Secondly, your like would do me a great support, and I'll be filming more and more SPM videos to help you prep for your SPM next year. And thirdly, how can you get this note? You just have to click the link in my bio to retrieve the free KBAT note for the entire A Poison Tree. And if you would like to know how you could join for the final course during January, the English class, feel free to drop me a DM and I'll let you know how you could join my class during January to prep for your SPM. All right, so that is basically it for my video today. I hope you understand, and that'll be it. I'll be seeing you next week because I upload every Saturday. So I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon. All right. Bye.